Good morning. For today's outdoor adventure, outdoor photography session, I am headed to a fen. A fen is a special type of soil that we don't find everywhere. It's a saturated soil. At this fen, I know that Grassa parnassus and fringe gentian bloom, along with a few other wildflowers, and I'm hoping to see them today. It's a little earlier than I normally go in the year, but I would expect that I'll find some. If you like wildflowers, if you like an outdoor adventure, I invite you to join me. I'm here at the Rowley Fen now, ready to go for a photo hike, a little exploration, see if I can find that fringe gentian and the Grassa parnassus. Rowley Fen is 43 acres. As you can see, it's pretty primitive. There's no development here other than that birdhouse. There's nothing else here other than special soils and plants. And it's taken me a number of trips out here to become familiar with the area, but I've got a pretty good idea where to look, and hopefully I will find it. Again, I'm looking for fringe gentian, and I'm looking for Grassa parnassus. So I'm going to grab my camera and let's go take a look. Earlier I mentioned that I would explain what a fen is. I'm just going to use this sign to give you an idea what a fen is. It is saturated soil. I do get wet when I'm walking out here. There is standing water. It's unique, but it hosts a variety of unusual plants that you don't see just everywhere, and well worth the exploration. I'm now going to try to put this drone up in the air. I'm going to have to adjust exposure, and I'm going to watch out for a tree here. But I'm going to put it up in the air so you can get an overview of what the Rowley Fen looks like from a bird's eye point of view. It's 43 acres. You can see that it is surrounded by row crop. And there is a elevated knoll, the prairie. I kind of call that the dry prairie. When I'm here, I like to hike through that as well, as I see interesting species there. We'll take a trip over to this other side of it. And really, unless you knew that there was something special here, what would make you stop? What would make you want to check this out? I would venture that not a whole lot of people do. It's not far off the road. It's not a long, treacherous hike. You will work when you hike it. If it's a day like today, when it's warm, you'll work up a sweat. There may be bugs. But it hosts so much. It is so unique. Do just a little bit more look around here. All right, this is Rowley Fen. So I'm going to bring it down, bring this drone down, and let's go take a walk. Let's find some wildflowers. Let's get wet, sweaty. From the parking area, it's some walk. There's paths that you can see to get down to where the plant species are. I kind of cover a lot of it just looking around. Eventually I hit the area where I find the fringed gentians and the grass of Parnassus. But there are other wildflowers out here to enjoy as well. Look at this, folks. It was a good year. Lots of fringed gentians. Along with other wildflowers are blooming. The GoPro doesn't allow me to focus terribly close, so I will add still images that I've taken with my better camera equipment, so you can really enjoy these really exceptionally pretty flowers. This is the fringed gentian. Now, a couple days ago I posted a video of plains gentian or pale gentian, which are more white or cream colored, and then we should be able to find, or might be able to find, some closed gentian out here, which are similar to the plain or pale gentian, only they're the color of this fringed gentian. For this picture of the fringed gentian, I have a 70 to 300 millimeter lens in my Nikon body set at just shy of 200 millimeters. On the end of that lens, I have a Canon 500D close-up filter. Yes, you can screw the Canon filter on a Nikon lens. I have a circular polarizer, and then I am shooting nearly wide open so that the blossom is focused and the background blurs out. Go ahead and I let the camera do the focusing here, and assuming that picture worked, I will share it now. One important detail about outdoor photography is the ability to adapt. As I was shooting pictures of the gentian, this fringed gentian, I noticed the bee that came in and is pollinating this flower. So I quickly paused, switched over to shoot pictures of this, and if any of them turned out, I will share it now. Not far from the fringed gentian, I found this swamp lousewort, and according to my research, this is a partially parasitic plant. My photography techniques are pretty much the same. I've got the same lens, just got it all set up, and if this picture turned out, I will share it here. There is another blue wildflower blooming out here. This is the great blue lobelia. There's probably more of this than there are the fringed gentians. I've taken some pictures of that, and I will share them here. I mentioned earlier the possibility of finding a bottle gentian. Well, I did find one individual plant so far. I know there's more, but it's hard to find, but I did find one, and I'll show you where that's at. It's right here. It's this plant right here. That's a bottle gentian, and I did take a photograph of it, so I will share that now. On the higher and drier part of the Rowley Fen, I'm finding a bunch of partridge pea that's in the middle of its blooming session. Kind of a neat little flower. You have to look around just to find one that you can actually see all parts of it without one of the petals curled over. There aren't a lot of them, but if you look hard enough, you can find something that'll make a nice picture. Lots of greens and yellows out here yet. And here's another one. I'll take a picture of it and share it with you. Try as I might, I cannot walk through this stuff silently. I hear other knocks and noises other than just the grasses. It's all this camera equipment. So I apologize. Isn't this pretty? So many species. I could probably spend a month up here and not find all of them. It's just so pretty. And I would venture to guess most people don't even know this is here. And of those that do know that it's here, I'd be surprised that many have actually wandered around it. That's probably okay too. Hikers, photographers, plant people, what you're seeing here, the low to the ground blossoms are Grassa parnassus. They're small, not very, like I said, not very tall off the ground, not very high off the ground. But this is Grassa parnassus. I've always joked that it's fun, it's just fun to say Parnassus, Grassa parnassus. And in our family it's kind of become a standing joke. So I would encourage you all, just say it, or if you don't say it, think it, just Grassa parnassus. Kind of fun to say, isn't it? Since this camera doesn't focus close, I will put this one down and shoot some pictures with my other camera, and you'll be able to see it close up. Wow, there's so many this year. But I am earlier than normal, and maybe that's the trick. I had to time it when I had time available, and that happened early. So I'll take it. My hike here at Rowley Fen is done for the day. I'm wet, I'm sweaty, and I'm pleased because of the number of plant species that I saw, the good hike. And just, it's always fun to enjoy a prairie, let alone a prairie that's also got a fen nearby. So it's been a great morning. If I've got any extra pictures that I didn't narrate as I was shooting the video, I will add them at the end. For those who have stuck with me this long, I do thank you for watching.